Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. Sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
Ah, good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm getting started here. I did forget that Missouri was in the central time zone. So yeah, I got started an hour early, but give me a little bit of time to chop it up with you all. And had some news today. If you're following the election, that's what this podcast is about. And we are streaming on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. So make sure you're part of all three of those, because I don't want you to be anywhere where you can't go ahead and get your cheeks busted. I want you to get them busted no matter where you are, because that's why we're here, to make people bleed. So to make them, you can't sit down, after we're done with you over here. So, but shout out to everybody that's here. Nice little Tuesday night crowd. Little things happened with me today. It's my birthday month, so went and decorated my father's grave today. And that's sad. Talk to him, let him know how things have been going for the last year, and so got to do that today. My brother will do it next month for his birthday. If you don't know, I did get my hands on the PSVR 2. But you're gonna be like, well, how come you haven't opened it yet? Because my birthday's not for another couple of weeks, and it is my birthday gift. I had to get it because it was on sale. So I got the PSVR Call of the Mountain, the Horizon Call of the Mountain VR game, which I understand is a tech demo for the most part. But I got that. I already have Gran Turismo. I already have Resident Evil 4. So yeah, I will probably be checking those games out in VR, in a few weeks. So make sure you sub and come on. Also, make sure you sub to my Rumble account. We just got my 10th member. So shout out to the Rumble people. Just make sure you go. I believe you do have to create a Rumble account. It's free. No different than you created a Twitch account. No different than you created a YouTube account or something called TikTok, which is going to get banned. So just make sure you join my Rumble account. Let me see if I can pull that up here for you. I may not. Let me just give you the connection to it here. Let's see if I can get this right here. My rumble.com. Let me go to well, here we go. It's red because I'm streaming. And let's see here. Yeah, there we are. That's Rumble. So if you want to know how to get there, J Ro is in the house. He's on Rumble. Shout out to J Ro. Yo. Man, J Ro has been supporting for a long time. I do profess. But here you guys go. I want to see, give me a couple. Give me a chance over there. We getting it started over there. That's we'll put that up there. I believe I did it right. Let me yeah, there you go. So make sure you join that Rumble account. A couple of you come on over there. Don't be scared. It's free. You saw. Did I share that screen? Let me see if I can share that screen here. Let me stop the screen that I'm on. See if the Rumble screen is up. It may not be. Yeah, it is. So this is what it looks like. And so it looks just like YouTube. And that's my page right there. You can see it right there. And there's me showing the Rumble page. So that's it. It's free. And make sure you just come down here. You click follow. It's free. Make sure you leave some comments. But big shout out to J Ro for being a supportive person over there. I do appreciate it. So let me stop that screen. Let's go back. Let's go to our election map screen. So let's go to 270towin.com. It's the map that I use. And let me see if I can get some of this stuff cleaned up. So let me, where'd the map go? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's too big. Pause. There we go. All right. So this is a empty election map. If you're joining from overseas, in the United States, every 4 years, we have a presidential election. It takes 271 votes, because there can be a tie at 270, but it takes 271 electoral votes. Why are there numbers within these states? These numbers represent the amount of electors that these states send for certification. So New York has 28 electors that they will send into Washington, D.C. for certification on January 6th. Yes, that infamous January 6th date. Texas has 40. California has 54. California has the most because they have the most people. Yeah, they're the, and Texas has the second most because they're the second biggest state. It's the way this goes. Florida has 30, but that's the way that counts. It's just a matter of density. I believe it goes to your census and things like that. But what we're able to do is, if you didn't know, Vice President Harris now has enough electoral votes to get the nomination. She's already gotten it. They already did a proxy phone vote. Now they have to do it publicly, which they're going to do in a couple of weeks. Because she's the presumptive nominee, she has the ability to pick a VP candidate. She did that today with the governor of Minnesota. Last name is Waltz. So shout out to her for keeping the process going, so to speak. We'll go ahead and put that up on the screen. Let's go to banner here. So she picked Waltz, governor of Minnesota. So so that changes our map slightly. It won't change a whole lot from last week though. But as you can see here, we'll start in Arkansas. Alaska will be a solid red state for Vance and Trump. Hawaii will be a solid blue state. So there's how that starts. Three for the Republicans, 4 for the Democrats. Now we can finish coloring in some of these states here. Washington and Oregon are solid blue states. Okay, these are we're gonna need to add these. Okay, yeah. So what you're seeing now are states that are definitely that Kamala Harris and Waltz will win. Okay. Now we can switch because now we're at Idaho. We will switch to states that Trump will solidly win. Well, I need to take Colorado off of there. Let's see here. These are safe states. These are states that Trump is going to win. So Nebraska is going to be, I think the second district is, I think it's the number 2 district will go Democratic. So, but we can keep on coloring for Donald Trump. Now, these are solid blood reds, which you'll see in Texas here because Trump won it last time by 5 points. It's a plus or minus 2 outside the margin. So, meaning that most of your polls that are actually standardized, those are within 3 points. So, this being a little bit lighter red, this means it's out. It is outside of that, and it's likely. Well, that should be a safe one because it's outside the margin. So let me change that. Then you go to Iowa, which is this color, Missouri, which we're going to be talking about tonight, which is a solid red state. I think Obama carried Missouri one time in one cycle. Let's see here. Arkansas and Louisiana are solid red states. Now we'll check some blue states here. Your blue states that are definite are New Mexico. Even though New Mexico, I think, is right around 4 points, we'll change that to likely because that state is starting to change. Then we'll go over to Minnesota because she picked the Minnesota governor. Minnesota went from a likely, this is where we had Minnesota last week, that color. Now we got it, that color. Okay. Kamala Harris started her rally in Pennsylvania. She's got a lot of momentum. They have a Democratic governor. Shapiro's extremely popular. He was my pick. I was surprised that she went with Waltz because Waltz wants open borders, blah, blah, blah. He talked about it today. You all can go watch his acceptance speech, kind of unofficial. But now we have to put Pennsylvania as a lean Democratic state. Okay. So let's go ahead and finish coloring our map in because there ain't a lot of blue states left. Well, you have Virginia that is a likely blue state. All right. You have New Jersey, likely blue state. New York is solid blue. That means that it's going to go Democratic. I don't even think the Trump administration, I don't think Trump has teams in New York anymore. Vermont and New Hampshire. New Hampshire is a likely Democratic state. Then we got to put Maine, but Maine has the same thing. And I want to say Maine 1, I think, will go blue. That's why that state looks like that. And that's why and they just award delegates out based on other different things. Then you have Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, they will all go blue. Now, as you can see, Harris and Waltz are increasing their electoral vote. Then Maryland, Delaware, and DC. Now she's up to 224. All right. We can also give her Illinois. That will be a solid blue state for her. Now you'll see Trump and Vance start catching up. Indiana, Ohio, this is where Vance is from, the VP, and Kentucky. And even though Bashir was being vetted, he was not going to be one of the people talking. West Virginia, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama, roll tide. South Carolina, Florida. Florida is at 10 points at this point right now. So you're looking at the states you're looking at right now. These are called battleground states. And if you want to put Pennsylvania to tilt, that's fine as well. I mean, I'm not going to, Trump and them are going to be in there as well. But that, because they have a Democratic governor, we have to give them what we do here at this election headquarters. We're just going to tilt it a little bit towards Trump because they have a very popular governor. Now, I'm toward Trump, towards Harris and Waltz. I'm sorry. So now let's go to North Carolina. North Carolina is a likely Trump state. Based on the polls in Georgia, Trump will get Georgia, okay? Based on the polls in Arizona, you're looking at a tilt for Trump. All of a sudden, he needs one of these states. You're looking at Nevada, right? Let's go to Nevada. He's leading in Nevada. He's the president of the United States. Harris would have to win both these states. And Trump is leading in Wisconsin. So that's where you're going to start. I personally believe once they feel, they being Trump and Vance, feel comfortable in North Carolina, once they feel comfortable there, you will see them, and in Iowa, which they are, you're going to see them beelining into Wisconsin. Okay. I'll go ahead and we can go ahead and give Michigan to Kamala Harris. She's at 258. I don't see her winning Wisconsin. This right here, Pennsylvania is known as the bluest of the red states. Wisconsin is known, this is the bluest of the red. This is the reddest of the blue. So there's no other I don't know why they call this Midwest. The Midwest to me is this right here. This Michigan is north. Pennsylvania is northeast. So, and I lived in Ohio. So Michigan is our neighbor. So, and Ohio is a northern state. These are, if you all study the Civil War, that's the Union states. New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, those are Union states. So that's the North. But that's the way, if the election were held today, based on the polling, that's what your map would look like. So you've got Wisconsin tilting, or meaning that Trump is in the lead. Georgia, Trump got a 3-point lead. So Harris is still within the margin. That's why I haven't put it toward a lean. If it's a lean, it looks like that. Looks a little more pink, like it's just getting well done, right? So this looks raw. One of my favorite words. That's more of a raw color. If Trump can get this to 4 points, you're looking at a leaning state. So, but I mean, Harris graduated, I believe, from a Georgia university. She's going to go down there and fight hard. And what Waltz will do is the white vote in Georgia that doesn't like Harris, he's supposed to be, if she's Barack Obama, Waltz is her Joe Biden. Okay, remember, Obama chose Biden instead of Hillary Clinton. And so, and a lot of people were mad, but Biden went in there, did what he was supposed to do. It took it to Trump. And so what did John McCain, rest in peace, do? He picked Sarah Palin. And that did give him a bounce. And they're expecting Harris to have a bounce. Now, whether it's this is why, and again, Democratic governor, very popular in Pennsylvania. Democratic governor, not as popular in Michigan. But I'm giving Harris Michigan. That's why it looks like that. I'm giving her Pennsylvania. I just think Trump will hold on and win Wisconsin. He's up by like close to 2 points. It's like 1.6 or something like that. So Nevada is starting to become a lean Republican state. Now Harris Harris is going to lose his state. She's going to fight like hell in Arizona because Mark Kelly is in Arizona, and she may send and Andrew Scheer is going to probably go down to Atlanta. Okay, that's probably Atlanta, maybe parts of Michigan, but he's our governor. I'm glad he was vetted because he's a very good governor, but he's not going to deliver anything. The Democrats stopped spending money in Kentucky about 4.5 years ago. That's what those two black women that were operatives said. The Democrats are done in Kentucky. They're pushing us into Georgia, which has worked. That did work. That worked. They got Georgia last election, which did surprise me. But the main reason they got Georgia is because Biden went down there and said, if you want to, I can't remember if it was a $1,500 or $1,200, and because the black community is deprived of resources, it's very easy just to throw money at us, and then we're going to come running. This is why you keep hearing them talk about reparations and things like that, because it's a resource-deprived community. Now, can argue whether it was done on purpose. Of course, fine. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to say it wasn't. I'm just here to say this is why Biden was able to get such a high number in Georgia. They basically promised cash resources to a resource challenge community. Black community is a resource challenge community. That's why black men and black women are in a gender war, because a black woman made a very good point to me on my Discord when she said, look, black men want us to be like all these other races of women, but these other races of men are in much better shape with their women. She did say this beside, in spite of the Native Americans. So she said, but that's it. She said Latino women are cooperating with Latino men because the Latino men are providing for them. They have their own beer brands. They have their own alcohol brands. I know in my city that I live in, you have an entire strip mall that is 70% Hispanic, Latino, whichever one you want to go with. So again, that's my state, my city. So they are, quote, making moves. They have a lot of food trucks. They just set them up. They have apps connected to them. You have to be on the app and, Jose's taco stand, street tacos, whatever you want to call it. His taco stand, it's over off Leestown Road today or tonight. Oh, it's off Richmond Road tonight. Oh, it's off Nicholasville Road. Oh, I mean, we can go on and on and on. But if you bring the app, he gives you a free taco. He gives you a free soft shell taco with this dressed up. If you show him the app, that you actually have the app. So shout out to him. But so and I heard a black woman say today that if the women are going to be going 50-50 on the bills, then that means that they go 50-50 on the bills. That means don't expect stuff to be done at the house. Don't expect dinner to be cooked all the time. Don't expect the house to be cleaned all the time. So I want you to understand how this conversation has changed between the men and the women. Black men have said 50-50 for the longest time. That way, nobody's spending out of the wazoo, right? Now the women were dead set against it. And now the women are coming around. Now they're saying things like, well, okay, but don't expect everything to be done. Now, you, as a man, you have to decide whether that's good enough for you or not. I mean, for me personally, it's not, but that's up to you. That's why I say it's up to every man. Shout out to what I've said at the end of Tenet. What did he say? Nobody can leave this battlefield knowing where these knowing the parts of the algorithm exist. But to how every man decides to end it, that's up to every man. Okay, so that's up to you all as men. This is what I've said before. It was always going to come back to the men if they wanted to accept the women back. And then like Danica Maria said, she's another YouTuber. I'm not sub to Danica Maria, but I do recommend her. She said this is what them crawling back looks like. It was going to, you had men saying they wanted a full-throated surrender, like, I don't know, like Japan surrendered on the back of the Missouri at the end of World War II. That was never going to happen. if you want to be with these women, they are now starting to open up the 50-50. And if they do, what they're saying to you is don't expect everything to be done. Now, I've always said that the men should be paying close to 70% of the bills. That therefore it's like I'm paying the majority of the bills. I'm paying the maid, so you still are going to be expected to do what you're supposed to do. I already know non-black women. I mean, I know a woman that's a nurse practitioner, and so is her husband. She has 2 kids. He still expects her to do more stuff with, he still expects her to clean the house and, keep the house clean, keep the dishes clean. He still expects that. However, if you're going to do that as a man, when she's in there trying to cook dinner, your kids can't be climbing all over her like a jungle gym. You see how that works? But there's a lot of men who don't do that. So I'm saying to you all as men, the women are coming back, quote unquote, to the table. Shout out to BGS. And now you got to decide as a man whether you want to be with them or not. That's up to you as a man. You don't owe nobody no explanations. I don't want to hear anybody saying, well, I'm going to do it because of, or I'm not going to do it because of. Nobody cares what you're going to do. Nobody gives a rat's ass what you're going to do. Just do it and be happy doing it. But I want you all to look at my map again. I want you all to understand I have given Harris and Walz Minnesota. That has gone from a likely state to a safe state. I have given Harris and Walz Michigan. I have given them Pennsylvania. She's still short. Why? Because I have Trump winning Wisconsin. Now, there are some people who have Trump ahead in Michigan. So let's just tilt that to Trump. Now Trump's at 295. But again, it's just Michigan. The last poll that I saw personally was tied. So in theory, it should just be a toss-up state. But even if we take it away from Harris and Walz, they're at 243. Trump still at 280. Again, I have Trump winning Wisconsin. I have it as a tilt Trump and Vance state. So as of right now Harris with the momentum that she has, and you cannot shout out to SE Cup. She said that they definitely have momentum. So, but that's the way my map looks. And you can go ahead and take a Photoshop of it or whatever you all call it. That's what my map looks right now. And again, I'm going to put a tilt back on Michigan. And again, I think Harris gets more electoral votes than Hillary Clinton does. I do believe that. However, I just think it's too much. Trump does have, people got to understand, Trump's got a lot of momentum in those states. And the West, unless Harris can pick up Nevada, which I just don't see that happening. She's down by 4 points. The business community out there does not like her. So they're not big on her. That's just kind of the best way to put it. That's why Walt said today, you should be able to join a union. That's big in Nevada. They want to be able to create unions in these casinos, but the casino owners don't want them to, right? So, but we'll have to wait and see how that works out. But that is my map. Let me go ahead and just reset it now. Well, good grief. We'll just go ahead and reset this. But that is my map. That is my methodology of thinking so that you all understand that. And so again, I like Bashir. I'm a little selfish. I think he's a good governor. He does things bipartisanly. If he can't get a certain percentage of Republicans to join on, he doesn't even sign. So I mean, that's so that he can get some cooperation. So and again, they don't agree on everything, but they did agree on a lot of things. So let me stop that screen. So that's from 270 to win. Let me take that down. Okay. And now we're just kind of back with you live. It's 8:30. We're about 30 minutes away from getting those results. Oh, shout out to J-Ro for the $2. I appreciate you. When will Texas turn blue? It's not. The Democrats have spent millions of dollars in Texas, and they got close to getting Ted Cruz's seat with Beto O'Rourke, but Ted Cruz is a good politician. This doesn't mean he's a good person. He's a good politician. And they're out by like 7 to 8 points in Texas. So that's why it's it's not a lean Trump. It's not a lean Trump. It's not a tilt Trump. It's a likely to go for the GOP. Likely for the GOP. Game Informer, F GameStop. Yeah, well, Game Informer has been around for 30 years. So I think they started what in '04? Or maybe it was before then. I mean, I remember getting Game Informer magazines when I had a 360. So that's when I reserved Grand Theft Auto. If you paid in full up there, they had a Grand Theft Auto specialty Game Informer, I think, with the Grand Theft Auto character on the front of the cover. And when you opened up the magazine, it had some different things. It showed the city and things like that. But shout out to you for that. So it won't happen. Yeah, Kamala Harris VP. Kamala Harris is VP. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. And yep, she has made her choice. And yeah, that should be coming down here pretty soon. But make sure you're over there on Rumble. Appreciate you. And on Rumble, if you want to donate, it's called a Rumble Rant. I think that's what it's called. So you want to go ahead and give a shout out on Rumble, I would appreciate it. And here, let me let's cancel that. So we put our House district back up for Missouri. And we're about a half hour away before we start possibly getting results in Missouri. So but I came on a little bit too early. I was premature. But again, if you want to check me out on Rumble, there's the Rumble link. I do believe if Harris wins the election, that the manosphere will be targeted, and they should start to look at migrating their audience over to Rumble. That's all I can really say. I mean, you got guys with anywhere from 3,000 to 50,000 subs. And they're gonna have to migrate their audiences, or move on and talk about something else. So, but yeah, just make sure you're checking that out if you don't mind. Appreciate you. If you're on Twitch, there you go. From Rumble. So, but yeah, what's happening, J-Roll? Appreciate you. I wonder what's making that beep noise. There's something making a beep noise. Now, I'm not on Discord anymore, so yeah. But so yeah, that's kind of where the election stands, and we'll put our Missouri map back up. Screen share it and share the care. There we go. So we're the House 1 results. So here's what we're looking at: St. Louis County. Okay. And Bush is the incumbent. She's part of the squad. And then you have Bell, then you have Harshaw and Chapel Nadal. I've never heard of those other two. Bell is the one that is backed by AIPAC. That I believe AIPAC is the I want to say they are backed by Missouri. AIPAC is the Jewish super PAC. And they want Bell gone because they feel the Jewish people who are in charge of that super PAC, feel that Bush is being too nice to Hamas and the Palestinians. So that's the truth. That is the truth. But for me personally, I'm glad that the election's in full swing and we can get away from the finger pointing and the name calling and things like that. And now it's just going to come down to who's got the policy. Who's got the policy? Yes, I have reserved Star Wars and Assassin's Creed Shadows. No, I'm not big on Astrobot yet. I'm not a big platformer, but I understand it looks exciting and fun, and that's why you're buying and playing games. So, but yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. That's my other. I'm doing a 1-2 punch for my birthday. I will be picking up Star Wars Outlaws on the 20. Let me look. I believe the 27th. The 27th. I'm going to get that done. And then, yeah, and I think the 27th, I should be able to get it done. And, but I'll get it 3 days early. So I'll just get it right after my birthday. I may wait for the other version to come out and it's go to Target and buy it on Friday. Or as I like to say by its gangster name, Tarjay. Um, Sony 2025. Yeah, they got a big lineup. Sony got a nice lineup out there. So, and we'll have to wait and see on Grand Theft Auto. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Apparently, Rockstar Games is thinking about not putting Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Series S. I mean, it's one of those things that's starting to gain momentum, and they're going to have to go to Microsoft and say, "Hey, look, we can't make this work on your kit here." But again, this is Rockstar. And they may look at it like, Microsoft could say, well, the Cyberpunk people, CD Projekt Red, they got it to run, 1440p 60? Again, granted, it's in low to mid graphics, but, it is what it is. But, so yeah, I'm going to do this. I am going to go check my mail. So I will be back. I am going to play some music while I'm gone. As a matter of fact, let me put a banner up here. So I'm just going to put, here we go. We'll be back in 5 minutes. So I'll be back. I'll put some music on while we're waiting. All right, and we are back. Appreciate you. If you just now joined us, this is like part two, and we're just waiting on the election map to come online. Pause. And so we're just that's kind of what we're waiting on, and the Missouri polls, I believe, close at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I hope they don't close at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Let me double check. If they're gonna close that lady, I may have to say, all right, I may have to jump off and then maybe jump back on. So let me see here. Let me see here. Undo. Oops. Close, and Missouri. Let's see here. It says polls open at 6 and close at 7. All right, so we're just waiting for results. So they close at 7. That's 8 o'clock Eastern time. So yeah, we're that's voter registration. Don't want that. We're just literally waiting on them to start reporting the election. Oh, shout out to J Roll. I just saw that. That's what that noise was. So J Roll with the $2 Rumble rant. And just so you know, J Roll, just so you know, that is my very first Rumble rant. So I do appreciate it. Rumble rant. All righty. Appreciate you, J Roll, with the Rumble rant. So yeah. Appreciate it, man. That's man, that's the first time somebody's done that on Rumble. I do appreciate you. So, and if you don't know, you can follow me on the Rumble device. It is free. J Roll will tell you that. But we're watching this right here. We're waiting on these districts to come in. We're waiting on these districts to come in. But you can see here, 9 minutes ago, I'll put this up here. LGBTQ plus groups had pledged support for Waltz. So again, they're picking up there. That's that bump that you all didn't hear about. And here we go. Polls closed in Missouri and Michigan primaries. We're just waiting. We're waiting on them to start reporting. So says here one of the most hotly contested races is in Missouri's deep blue first congressional district, where Democratic Rep. CORI Bush faces a primary challenge from St. Louis County Prosecutor Wesley Bell. So, and here's what I was talking about earlier, just to back up what I was saying. The pro-Israeli lobby group has thrown their money behind the primary challenger, Wesley Bell. So we're waiting to see how that turns out. I'll wait till about 9:45. Hopefully we will get a call, depending on how fast they can count in Missouri. But it's so that's what we're waiting on, is for this to come in. So, and nothing's been counted yet. That's kind of the thing that I don't like. But and if you don't know, Republicans are back on message. I thought Vance attacking Waltz over the 2020 Minnesota protest, I thought that was good. I thought that's a good thing, because it's policy that Vance is coming in on. And that's what we're talking about. So, yeah, that's all I can really say about it. As far as Star Wars, the Star Wars game, you can't stop the haters. I think they should just make their own games. But, it's easier for them to just hate on something that already exists. Sony year 2025 and GTA. Yeah, GTA 6 so far, but I mean, you saw the report that said don't expect a huge leap from Grand Theft Auto 5. I thought Grand Theft Auto 5 was perfect, because everybody can play that game, and what you may do the same missions, you can do them in different orders. They made it so if you do them out of order, so to speak, it still makes sense. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. Also for me, I've reloaded DCS World, and I should have some video of that going up here pretty soon on Rumble. That's where I'm putting all my gaming footage at now. I never figured out how to upload it on YouTube. So, all right, may try to get it up. May try to load it up here on StreamYard. So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see. WWE Raw, Netflix. Oh, is it going to Netflix? Wow. It can get back to being a little more edgy then, because when it was on USA and Vince McMahon had ordered, had pretty much told them that they got to help save the company, that thing got racy and edgy, and the language was crazy. Sable kept coming out there half dressed. She did that Playboy spread. China, rest in peace to China. She did a Playboy spread. So, yeah, oh yeah. Look, Abby to me was a tragic character in The Last of Us Part 2. People got to remember that at the end of Last of Us Part 1, what Joel did, and even Abby, I'm sorry, not Abby, even Ellie, when she was going after him with Dina, she said Joel's been doing this for a long time. He made a lot of enemies. But I've always said I would have liked to play two DLCs. I would have liked it in a DLC with Tommy going, because remember, he went as well, and he was getting to some of that WLF. He was on their heads, right? He was getting to them. I would like to see what he did and kind of what he faced. Then I would have liked to seen some of the other parts of the country, because remember, Dina said she was from, she said she was from Phoenix or Tucson or something like that. So I would have liked to have seen, that story, are different parts with different characters. So I just think that's a big, vast world that can be explored. But I would just do it in, 4 to 6 hour DLCs that cost maybe $39.99. That's what I would do. I would put that out like, hey, Last of Us Part 2, we're gonna have some new DLC. We're gonna have we're gonna have you where Tommy goes on his quest when he leaves the compound, so to speak. And then we're gonna show you where Dina came from and other people, other things. So that's what I would do. But yeah, the show is in the final stages of shooting. They're already tearing down part of the set. So yeah, and remember, it's this season and then next season, and that's it. Joker the second, Joker 2, October IMAX. I don't know if I'll see that in IMAX. This is more of it's a musical. So I mean, you know that, right? It's a musical, which takes guts to do. I mean, they're doing a musical in the 2000s. So and you know who wanted to be in that is Hugh Jackman. He wanted a part in that. So Missouri election result. We ought to start getting. Come on now, we're gonna start getting this. All right, we are getting some. Are we getting something here? Let's see here. Here's some. District 1. I think that's the one we're watching is District 1. So, but here's some of it. Here's, that's what that looks like. This is the senator race in Missouri. If you're interested in that. So, and it looks like Lucas is going to win that. I'm trying to see the one we're trying to find here. Let me check. Well, I can't go back any further. So yeah, but remember the Joker too. I wouldn't call it hate. That's unfair. You just have two. What happened was there was always a center, or you had people center left and center right, but now you have people who are in the extreme right and the extreme left, and they they don't like each other. But the parties themselves, they get most of the stuff that they get it done. Like Trump got 95% of his agenda done. He got the majority of his agenda done. The same with Harris and Biden. They got the bulk of their agenda done. It's just you only have, in theory, you have 2 years to set your agenda, if that. And basically, you have 90 days. That's why you keep hearing about the first 100 days. If you don't get something in the first 100 days, you're not going to get it done. I mean, that's why when I heard Boyce Watkins saying that he and others went to the White House with a plan for Obama after 6 months, I'm like, it's too late at that point. They turned that White House all kind of rainbow colors, and that was what, the first or second week? That meant that was going to be part of their agenda, and it was part of their agenda. We didn't get anything, and that's what you're hearing with Kamala Harris. That's why you were constantly hearing Black people say, we didn't get anything from Obama, and she's Obama 2.0. So, again, and I want to make sure I say this, that I don't think she's Black. Okay, she went on a show, a cooking show, and the girl just flat asked her, "You are Indian, correct?" And she said, "Yeah, Southeast." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fine. I don't see why that's a big deal." But they want to act like she's Black enough or Black adjacent. Yet you'll have Black women tell you that there's colorism, and it's like, look, it can't be colorism, and you are supporting Kamala Harris. That makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Again, appreciate the Rumble rant. Still can't believe I got my first Rumble rant. I will. That's too much fun right there. Appreciate you, brother. I do appreciate you. And let me see if I can talk about. Let me put this here. I guess we're just Secretary of State, how to vote. Good places. I'm just going to put live results. This says live. Okay, this is NBC News. They're still waiting as well. So this is what we have right now, I think, over there. Let me double check, make sure this is what I have over there. Yeah, we're literally just waiting on them to start. And this is live. So it's where it says live election coverage. So you got your boy sitting here doing this thing. Yeah, Olympics 2024 medals, first place US. Yeah, US always does well in summer games. China, then third place France. Yeah, you figured France was going to show well. It's their home country. And again, shout out to Nova Red. She did say that France or Paris at night is pretty, and it is. I mean, that opening ceremony, besides that Last Supper bullshit, I thought was a good way to start the games. I don't know if you all saw the Barcelona games open. Let me see if I can put that out here. Let me see here. Let me stop sharing this. Let me see if I can find the Barcelona games. So you all to see the site, because to me, they ought to light the torch this way all the time. Let me put this up there for you. EFG, YouTube. And let me Barcelona Flame 92. Yeah, let me see if we got this here. Yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can here. Let the commercial play. It's like a minute long. Fair use. So, what do y'all think about Microsoft getting out of the hardware space? So, yeah, let me. Now, first thing you're going to laugh at is the people's shorts, but I'm going to show you all how they lit the flame here. Let me go here. Let me share the screen. All right, check out how they do this. No sound, by the way. Fair use. Actually, let me see if I can do sound. That is something else. Now, I think that they should light the flame like that all the time. I mean, that's just my opinion. But yeah, let's see here. Let's get back to share the care. And still waiting for them to come in. Okay, it's coming in. Well, I didn't know that. Okay, so we have our first report. We can report right now. Look at this. Live, baby. Live. Live. First time doing this. This is a good warm-up for us for the night of the election. As you can see right there, Bell has won. It looks like Bell has won. I'm sorry. Bell is ahead. 27, close to 28% is in. And he is ahead by, what is that, over 30 points. I mean, I saw some polls, but again, they're just now counting. This blue means this is in. We just have to color all the rest of this stuff in. So yeah, you can see right here, Cori Bush is the incumbent, meaning that this is her seat right now. But right now, St. Louis City, St. Louis County. I think St. Louis City is in St. Louis County. I think. But you can see right now, more of that will come in. Let me refresh it here. Still the same. That other guy, this brother here, I ain't nobody voting for him. It look like. Go on with your bad self. Come on now, get it done. So the check and rumble, J-Roll is still the only man over there. I appreciate you, brother. J-Roll is holding it down. I mean, he's the only man over there holding it down. So yeah, this is live election results. And there is where it looks like right now. And there's still 89,000 votes outstanding. That means that's the raw vote number. That's the raw number. Okay. So right now, we just had an update. Did that just update again? No, I don't think it just did. So But this is Secretary of State, so yeah, this is cool. We're just able to kind of watch this. So so yeah, so far he's up by roughly 6,000 votes. Now look, it's not over. It ain't over, as Teddy Riley said with the band Guy. That's probably way before your time. So that was our last update, and this is live. Last update 9:02. Okay, so as of right now, this is it. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Yeah. Baseball and football season is coming in October. Yeah, baseball. Yeah, the October Classic. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. It's 3 months, August, September. Yeah, we're 3 months from it. And yeah, football season. I'm going to an NFL game Saturday night. So no podcast for me on Saturday. So I'm doing one tomorrow as a makeup podcast. And I'm doing this with you guys tonight. So getting my political toes wet, but I wanted to be able to do some live stuff with you all. And yeah, let me see if I can make that a little better for you. All right, no. I don't want this one anymore. I want that one. Yeah, I want that one. So um, so again, there's no results here. As you can see, that's why it's zero. That's why it's zero, because ain't nothing in here. We got vote in. So 27.5% is in. Again, they still have 89,000 raw votes to count. I don't know what the makeup is down there, but Cori Bush is part of the squad. You have to remember, is it Bowman or Bauman up in New York City? He got beat. He got beat earlier about a month and a half ago. He got smoked. And that's when you saw AOC becoming a little bit nicer, little more malleable, talking a little softer, because they're now getting taken out one by one. If she loses this race, if Bush loses the race, then they're going to have to change look, I hate to see the loss of life in Gaza. I want to make that clear. However, you don't get to go and shit in somebody else's house and then get to respond. Basically, Bush was saying that they should not be responding, that they should just lay down their arms, and then maybe Hamas will. Hamas is a terrorist group. And basically, Hamas wants three things. And Israel agrees to the two. They're like, okay, well, give us our hostages back. And Hamas says no, because the hostages are the only things that they have. And that happened on the 7th, I believe. Was that October 7th? So they're coming up on almost 1 year. I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy what's going on over there. So, it's unfortunate, but it's crazy. Why do they hate woke woman? Well, the word woke comes from the alt-right. And it basically means anti-heterosexual white man. So that's where it comes from. So that's why when J Tech was out there saying this is woke, I'm like, how can you as a black man be picking up alt-right talking points? I mean, to me, that makes no sense at all. But we got some more vote in. Hold on. How do I make that bigger? Pause. I thought I could make that the whole screen. Full screen layout. There we go. I think looks like we got some more vote in. Hold on now. Yeah, we do. We do. So let's see here. Let me see if I can get this to work right. That'll make this a little bit better for you. Okay. So St. Louis County has come in for right now. Bell is ahead of Bush. Now here's the rest of St. Louis County. You still have Bell ahead. And again, more vote this came in. About another 8,000 votes came in. You can see right now we're at 81,000 votes. There's the percentage, 63.8 to 33.1. So we're just waiting to see what's going on. Okay, there's another look at it. 27.5 in, and that's where we're sitting at right now. So, yeah, I want to this story here from Emma Barnett. I, she was disappointed Shapiro wasn't the pick, but so and I was too. I'm like, well, that was, but I understand. He's very popular. Shapiro's very popular in Pennsylvania, so he's out there campaigning really hard. That's why I, on my election map, made that a tilt or a likely. There's a tilt towards Harris. I remember I gave her Pennsylvania and I gave her Michigan, and she's still short. So I just think Donald J. Trump has more pathways to 270. That's what I thought. So, but now we got yeah, some more vote coming in. So you want to know where that's Illinois right here, if you wanted to know. So there's Springfield, Missouri, I believe. So far, there's Kansas, there's Oklahoma, there's all the, and then here's Arkansas down there, and there we are in Kentucky. We're over there. So yeah, but that's what we're looking at right now. So St. Louis County. See, there's St. Louis City. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. That's my fault. My fault. St. Louis City. And then you have St. Louis County. I was just looking up here. So it looks like St. Louis City is a different district. It's part of the same district, but Bell is still ahead. So they have to count both of these, is what I'm assuming. But wow, he's now up. He's still up roughly the same amount. He's still up by 6,000 votes, 19.9% in that county. St. Louis City, 16% is in, and he's up by 16, almost 17 points. So, yeah, we're just holding on here with you guys. What do y'all think about my coverage so far? Put a 1 in the chat if you think my coverage is dog shit. Put a 1 in the chat. So, Disney and Sony biggest year 2025. Disney's having a great year this year. Deadpool and Wolverine's over 800 million, I think, at the box, and the Inside Out 2 made over $1 billion. Disney's fine. I mean, do they have a group of people out there who say that the walls are falling in and they don't know what they're doing? Of course they do, but overall, Disney is doing fine. They're fine. I've been saying that over a year. Disney's doing fine. So. Well, again, I think hate is just too strong a word. I think hate is too strong a word. So it's just that's my opinion. Hate is just too strong a word. I don't think it's hate. So, but I just think that when the Tea Party took over, they opened the doors to extreme. But they'll tell you that the Democrats are being extreme, and the Democrats are doing some things I don't like either. I don't like the fact that a minor is down protected in California for that bullshit that that governor said. I don't like that. I think that a minor should have to report that to their parents, maybe not their teacher, maybe not their counselor, maybe not their friend, but to their parents. Yeah, they should be talking about that. I don't like the fact that the right is burning books. I don't like the fact that the right is eviscerating history. I mean, in order for you to get books now, people are setting up private libraries, and they're just copying the books, and then they're just making like paper things out of them so that people can keep them to read them. So, but I think hatred is way too strong a word. That's just my opinion, though. That's my opinion. So let's go check our update again. We are at, so y'all can see it. Here, let me kind of dwarf my map down there. So, okay. So a lot of people have voted in St. Louis. This is just one this is one little part of it. One little part of it. And this is what I've said that black men have got to do. What AIPAC did, black men want all these laws to change. If they're going to sit up here on the internet and say, well, these laws should change, these laws have got to change, they got to change, they got to change. okay, then you have to put money into it, and they don't want to do that. All they want to do is buy a microphone and complain and then take your goddamn money. So it is what I mean, just that's the truth. I dare somebody to come up here and say I'm lying to them. Right now, as of right now, this is early. 30 percentage lead. So she got that's a lot of ground to make up. And I'm not here to say that she can't do it. So in St. Louis County, she's down 67 and 29. That's quite a bit, 38. And St. Louis City, she's down 17. So again, she's gonna make up some ground. I mean, but look, she's already closed in St. Louis City. She's doing much better because look at that. There's Harshaw, my man Harshaw. 60 people have voted for my man Harshaw. That is good. I like that. I like a man. That brother gonna go in there and wreck it with 0.7% right now. He ain't even showing up here on the board. He just gonna come down here and be going drinking at the bar, talking about I need a 40 of OE. The boy, little liquor. I like this dude. I mean, he's like, fuck him. Make sure put a one in the chat if this is dog shit now. Tea Party was nothing but trouble for both parties. Well, in a sense, it was. It gave a voice to the more extreme people in the Republican Party. That's. I mean, I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that. It's been co-opted now into MAGA. MAGA is a derivative of the Tea Party. So, but at least the Tea Party followed the rules. MAGA does not follow the rules. So we saw that on January 6th. I mean, they killed 2 police officers, unfortunately. 2 police officers perished. And I think 2 police officers perished that day. So they can't say they're pro-cop. And it's hard for me to say they're pro-police and then after what happened. So, but you can see right now, I got to put this on the screen a little bit better for you guys. Let me go down here again. Well, let me take Rumble off. That's part of my problem. And then there's 2 of these, so I don't need 2 of them. So, that's what I'm wanting you all to see. Let me see which one. The problem is that I've got 2 of them up here. And what's the one I have up? All right. So let me take this one down. And here, let me just do this one. I think I can see what's happening there. Okay, there's that. There we go. I mean, I want you to be able to see all of it. So, and go to the full screen layout. Okay. So yes, there's been changes in the election map. Make sure you go back to the beginning of the podcast. Check out my new election map. VP Harris has picked Waltz, the governor of Minnesota, to be her running mate. It was good to see J.D. Vance doing a press conference today, and he was attacking Harris and Waltz on policy. If you don't want to watch this on YouTube and you prefer Twitch, make sure you go check it out on Twitch. That way you can tell me what it sounds like over there. And I'm on Rumble. Got J-Ro listening on Rumble. He's in the house over there. So I need to. I'll go ahead and make you a mod, J-Ro, over there if I can figure out how to do that. So I can erase this one. And yeah, join my Rumble account, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be scared. So that will be a very short war. I mean, they'll hit Iran. They'll destroy their oil production capability like within 30 hours. Iran won't be able to produce oil. That's going to raise up the oil prices. So make sure you buy plenty of gas in your car. There's not going to be an attack. They're like Iran, an attack is imminent and all this stuff. Iran's not going to attack during the Olympics. That's a United Nations charter right there. They do not fight. I mean, Israel is at war, and they don't recognize it, but Iran will recognize it. And their athletes are in Paris, France, and everybody's working behind the scenes for them not to retaliate. But damn, why are you in bed with Hamas? They know. I mean, the Israelis came out after they were attacked. They said every man in Hamas is a dead man walking, and they don't. I mean, they don't play. And Shin Bet and the Mossad, yeah, you don't fuck around with them, man. You just don't do it. So that's what's happening. Isn't that what you kids say? Fuck around and find out. Let's see here. Let's see if some more vote came in. Let me go back up here to why we're here. I'm trying to see when the last update was. I just did it myself. So yeah, just we're 18.4 expected votes in. Like I said, I'll be here about another 45 minutes to an hour doing this live election result in Missouri. So you can see right there, St. Louis City. I don't think any more votes come in a minute or two. Bell is leading there. 16% is in, though. That's not even one. That's one-fifth of it. Not even 1/5 is in there. Here we're at almost 1/5. So they're 1/5 done in St. Louis County, and they're 16% in St. Louis City. Right now, Bell leads. It is early. Bell is the challenger, and Bush is the incumbent. She's the incumbent. That's what it is her seat. Harshaw, that's my man, 50 grand. He got 60 people went in there and cast their votes. Now he can go out and pour out a little liquor. So for them. So yeah, we'll have to wait. We're just waiting on more to come in, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting on more to come in. So but I think this is a total vote, and right now she's down roughly, well, not 8,000. I'm sorry, my math ain't math in there. Is it? Yeah, well, 8. Well, a little under 8,000, 7,400 maybe. So that's not a lot to make up, but you can see here she's got some of that vote too. Maria Chappelle, Nadal. I think that sounds Spanish. So again, this is. I like to see black people getting involved here. And Wesley Bell did not go to black folks for money. Not that he didn't get any, but he went to that super PAC. The Israeli super PAC, AIPAC, which is up here. This is what I was talking about earlier. So it says a progressive member of the squad in the House has faced criticism for her rhetoric and positioning on Israel and her use of campaign funds for security services. So again, Wesley Bell went to the Israeli super PAC, I believe it's called AIPAC, and he got them to back him in a primary challenge to take her out. That's what she's to take her out. Because remember, you had your primaries, and then I believe you have your main elections. So I think that's how it works, but I could be wrong. So, or it could be if she loses tonight, then he just takes the seat over in November. I'm not 100% sure how that works. So somebody can double check me on that. But we're getting some more vote come in. No, we're still waiting on vote. So yeah, what else is going on with you all? So Monster Hunter 2025. Not for me. BGS says I don't get it. What am I not getting, BGS? So like I said, that will be a short war. Like, you do know, here's the problem that Iran has. They can't shoot down Israel's Air Force. And the country, if you're at war and the sky is being controlled, you're going to be in a short war. Israel has sorted plane. All right, think about how they just got that Hamas guy. They planted a bomb in that house. They weren't sitting inside the house or right outside the house when the bomb went off. They actually programmed that bomb to go off when it heard his voice. And when they got positive identification, it blew up. And they didn't, like I said, they don't care if you're sitting down watching the game, eating nachos and drinking Mai Tais. You gonna get got. So it is what it is. yeah, the Olympics closed the 11th, and the NFL. I'm going to my first NFL game in years. I can't remember the last time I went. It's a preseason game, but I'm letting you all know now. No podcast on Saturday. When I get off work Friday, I am heading up to the Natty and going to have a good time. So, yeah, I enjoy Concord. I do understand people saying that it should be a you know it I understand people saying it should be a free to play as well, but they're doing what aren't they doing free updates? And it's a hero shooter, and that's exactly what they said it was going to be. They said it was a combination of Overwatch and Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's exactly what it is. I do like they've got like 15 characters to play with. I do like that. I'm on the fence on buying it because I'm buying Assassin's Creed. Let me tell you what I'm buying. I'm buying Madden, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed, and I'm on the fence. On the fence, really, with I'm really on the fence with Astrobot. They yeah, well, but Russia Russia does have advanced radar, but they still can't find the stealth planes. Yeah, and Israel has hypersonic missiles too. My whole thing, yeah, you're right, but United States and Germany and Italy and England all will come to Israel's defense if they're getting overwhelmed. And Israel, they have nukes. If they feel they're getting overwhelmed, they'll use them. So that's why if Iran does something, they'll see it coming. I mean, that's the whole thing. They will see it coming. But we'll see. I mean, I certainly hope it doesn't turn into a hot war. But when they can sortie F-35s into Tehran and Tehran won't know it hit them, that it is what it is. They can't defend themselves against an Israeli stealth attack. So, but that doesn't mean they won't be able to do anything to them. Right, affected by oh yeah, well, weren't we all? Weren't we all? Yeah, lost damn near 1,000 points. And again, what Trump said when he said, did he say something like, if the stock market drops 1,000 points in one day, the president, whoever's president, should be putting a giant cannon and shot to the sun. I literally hit the floor laughing when he said that shit. Oh man, that cracks me up when he says that stuff, man. Oh man. Let's see here. Actually, they did not. They shot down a drone. Let me see if that's on the screen. It is not on the screen. Let me show you all this on the screen. But yeah, when Trump, man, he says some of the funniest things. Let's see here. Fact check: Iranians shoot down Israel F-35. No, this footage is from a video game. So, the game is called Arma 3, and it's not a real game. It is a good. It's just like a demo. It's a demo game. So, yeah, they did not. They did not shoot down an F-35. I think an F-35 got crashed, but that was by the girl who actually does stunt shows or something like that. Is it Beowulf or something like that? I can't remember if it was her or there's an actual pilot that does air shows, and I do think she crashed one of those planes, or maybe it wasn't her. So, but yeah, I do know that. Yeah, if they shoot down an F-35, that's huge. That's a tough plane to shoot down. If from the ground, I want to make that clear. Air to air, yeah, it got something to be. The F-16, it can get that thing in the air. Yeah. So let me see what we got here now. Is there any more coming in? There's nothing more has come in. Let me see here. Last update 9/10. Let me just double check here. So there's been no update for over 20 minutes. So hopefully we get some more results here. But that's what we're looking at. Oh, look, Harshaw got 100 votes. And he still look, man, that's terrible. He got 40 more votes, and he lost he lost half a percentage point. He got more vote. And so more vote has come in because remember, Harshaw had 60 votes. Now he's up to 100 votes. Pour out a little liquor. I mean, that's who I'm rooting for. This dude ain't even showing up here at the top of the screen. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I mean, you gotta love my man Harshaw, man. You gotta love him. We rooting for him over here. Looking like a bag of snacks in that picture. The Russians shot it down. Okay. The Russians are not the Iranians, but okay. What about my man Harshaw? Let's see here. Let me see here. Let me see if I can put this in the chat here. Yeah, it'll let me. Again, this is coming from national interest. I don't think they've lost an F-35 in combat. And that didn't work, did it? Pretty much. Here, let me delete that. That's a hot mess. So is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes a good movie? I've never watched it. So I couldn't tell you. Couldn't get into the Planet of the Apes movie because they never explained how the chimpanzees started modulating sound. So just what's up, Adrian Thomas? How you doing? Trying to delete this big ass comment I had. It's like not letting me do it. I'm trying to delete that. So because it did not pick it up correctly. But it's pretty much says it's highly dubious that they shot it down. So I am trying to get out of that. It's not allowing me to. Oh, I may have to go to my Twitch page and delete it. Yeah, that's probably what I have to do. I have to go to my Twitch page. So let me. Oh gosh, making me do more work. But I don't think an F-35 has been shot down in combat. I'm a enthusiast. Here, let me log in. Oh! I got to put a code in to get to my own friggin' Twitch page, man. They really testing a brother today. They tested me. Here, let me stop sharing so you all don't see my emails. Okay. There's that. Let me go here. Nope, let me take that down. Let's leave. See if this will paste. Yeah, it did. All righty. Let me take that down. Let's see here. Browse. Okay, now this is a pain in the ass. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So let me see if I can delete this. I don't want to pin the message. Now, my Twitch page is all effed up. No, I don't want to save it. How do I delete that comment? All right. So let me do that. Nobody on Twitch over here. Boo hoo. Boo hoo hoo. Where we at here? Got 160 votes so far. Great day in the morning. He getting his butt kicked. I cannot get that off of here. It's a pain. Oh, $5 super chat. Hezbollah threatens to shoot down Israel's drones. Let's see here. Yeah, let me put this back on the screen. I have to come over to YouTube now. Oh, y'all are making me. I'm here trying to function on 3 different platforms. I'm starting to get a complex. Okay, let's put this map back up here so you all can see what I am seeing. Let's see here. Now I have to leave. This is work, you all. It's not supposed to be work. Okay, there's that. Let me go there. Russia said to be delivering. Well, let me put it up on the screen. Okay, delivering them is one thing. Actually getting them to shoot a plane down. I don't know if Russia can track them either. So I mean, let's assume that they can track them. Then they have to go ahead and shoot them down. That's very difficult to do. But I'm trying to put that up on the screen now. I have to figure out here. Let me stop sharing that screen. That's what I have to do. And there we go. Let's see here. Iran's president hosts Russia's security chief. Yeah, that was today. Advanced air defense and radar equipment to Iran after Tehran asked the Kremlin for the arms. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there's no doubt that's what they did, but I don't, like I said, I don't know if the Russians can shoot them down. I mean, that F-35 is that's a pretty unique aircraft. So they want revenge. Okay, you gotta like a group of people that wants revenge. Shout out to Donald J. Trump. He just wants revenge. I like that. So the Times report did not say what equipment Iran had requested. Oh, the S-300 air defense system, though Moscow now has the more S-400. So if it's the S-300, they're giving them a generation behind air defense system. As long as it tracks with radar, stealth will beat it. Stealth will beat it. Stealth aircraft have the markings of a bumblebee. That's just the reality that we're living in. So, but shout out to Adrian for the 5. Am I doing this right? Let me see here. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Okay, Mike. All right. Okay. Done something. Let's see. Being picked up on. It's still. Mic check. All right. Yeah, that was weird. All right, my bad. My bad. Let me go back to the. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we got any more raw vote in. No, we're still waiting for them to keep counting. I'll be here about another 20 minutes, see if we get any more vote. So let's call this early election results. I'm gonna have to change my thing up there. And let's see here. Let me try to go back here. Asia Times, Financial Times, The Economist, Foreign Affairs, Press TV, Al Jazeera. Times are good non-American resources. Yeah, that's why I use the Indian Times. Indian Times is the Indian Times. Their Iron Dome can intercept hypersonic missiles. That doesn't mean they'll be able to do it all the time. Star Wars Order 66 or Anakin. Yeah. That was brutal. Yeah. But you got to remember how that all started. You go back to the Acolyte. If you watch the Acolyte, you'll see Darth Plagueis the Wise, his Acolyte, his Padawan, Cormier, picked up an Acolyte in Osha. I think that's her name, Osha. And when he saw his pupil do that, he went out and got another pupil. You know him as Palpatine, Shiv Palpatine, who ends up becoming the emperor, manipulating the Senate. And now we also know how Darth Plagueis created or manipulated the midichlorians to create Anakin Skywalker, or maybe Palpatine learned it. So, did I see the market in Japan and Taiwan? I didn't see Taiwan. No, Japan. Yeah, I saw the after hours trading. It was brutal. So, I mean, it was like I said. I don't know anybody that didn't lose money yesterday in the stock market yesterday. So I know I lost. So so let's see here. Also, you know how close you have to be to shoot a hypersonic missile? That's the energy burns out fairly fast. But Russia does have them because they're using them. They can put the Su-50, they can arm them on the Su-57s. Israel has F-16s, F-15s, and F-35s. That's very formidable. Iran has a lot of F-4s and F-14s. Again, they have them. They have some MiGs, but again, it is what it is. I mean, if they get it on, their air forces get it on. The F-16 is helping the Ukrainians stave off the Russians' air force right now. But again, they're running out of people. They said today, shout out to JD Vance, said they're running out of guys to fight. So I mean, that's pretty bad. But shout outs for the donations. They even got a donation on Rumble today. I am pleasantly pleased. Let me see here. Let's go look at this election map again. And let me look here. Let me go to let's make this big. Let me go to this. I'm just seeing if more votes come in, and still at 107,000. There's just no way. More vote has had to come in. The last update, yeah, they still haven't updated it for a half hour. So I'm trying to wait and see when the next update comes in. The next update, you should get more You should get a bigger percentage. But right now, Bell, the challenger, again, 16% in St. Louis City. He's ahead. And St. Louis County, he's ahead. I think this is the total, and he's got 63. But again, Bush will close this. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. She's not going to lose by this big a margin. But I did see some polls where she was down over 18 to 20 points. So definitely will have to keep an eye on that. And you all can keep an eye on it because I'm going to go to bed. Hold on. I got to go get something. Well, alrighty then. We are back, reincarnated. So, yeah, we talked about Order 66. So, yeah, definitely what up to the master teacher, that's for sure. Oh, Gamescom, yeah. I heard Black Myth Wukong supposed to be at Gamescom. I thought it was. I could be wrong. So I can't believe I'm going to I can't believe I'm going to a NFL game. I'm so excited. Let me no, I don't need to put that on there. Add that back up there. That's why we are here. Why we're here. But yeah, I'm just waiting for some more vote to come in. I mean, there's let me see, let's double check the raw. Here's the raw vote. That's the estimated vote they still have to count. And so we're gonna find out. we're gonna find out what's going on here. But golly, they've got to do another update here. This is ridiculous. And this is live. I mean, I'm at the right page. Let me refresh it again. Yep. We're just waiting to see what's happening. What's happening, Captain? We got Bill, we got Bush, and she's. I mean, he's starting to. He's crushing her right now. So, not unless these are counties that he won already. Because this whole thing that can't be the whole district. Shit, maybe they got to do the whole district, and this is just early. Oh my God, they're going to be counting all night long. I can't handle that. Why the hate on Sweet Baby? They actually believe that because Sweet Baby is saying to make your characters look more like normal people, that that's. I mean, think about the men that are complaining. What they're complaining about? They're complaining because the female characters aren't nice to look at. And instead of them making their own female characters, this is why I don't like. This is what I don't like about some people. You got a group of people that complain, even though they can go ahead and go to school, learn how to code and program, and create their own characters. Write their own stories. But instead of them doing that, they want to sit back and complain. I mean, big shout out. Look, think about the Star Wars fans. They could have let everything just go after Return of the Jedi. They didn't. They created the extended universe at which they wrote their own stories. And George Lucas said, okay, I will read the stories. I will sign off on the one I like the most. However, it will not be canon to Star Wars. Okay. So that's what Lucas had said for 30 years. I mean, that was his stance for 30 years. And people kept writing the stories. And if you go to Star Wars Celebration, they submit the stories, and Lucas will bless the one that he likes, but he doesn't make it canon. So Disney buys Star Wars. Disney creates 3 more movies. They hire a bunch of writers. They hire a director, Abrams, and they come in and say, okay, we got to say goodbye to Han Solo. We got to say goodbye to Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia. Abrams came up with something brilliant. He thought that Luke Skywalker's story had been chocolate thundered. I mean, inside and out, upside down, over the table. He wanted to move past Luke Skywalker's story because Luke's story came to an end in Return of the Jedi. He saved his father. Okay. Once he saved his father, that's the end of Luke's arc. But they wanted to say goodbye to the other characters. So The Last Jedi, the movie The Last Jedi, actually The Last Jedi is Leia. That's why it was centered on her. The Last Jedi is Leia. People keep forgetting that she's a Jedi. She's also the spawn of Anakin Skywalker and Padme. People forget this stuff. So when they went to go explore that, people got mad. And it's like, okay, but aren't you tired of seeing Luke Skywalker? Let's see some of Leia Organa Skywalker's story, or Leia Organa Solo, if you want to call her that. And that's what Abrams came out and said the Last Jedi was supposed to be Leia. That's why if you watch The Last Jedi, Luke says, I am not going to be the last Jedi. Everybody thought he was talking about Rey. No, he's talking about his sister. His sister continued to train Rey. Rey is a Palpatine. So she's an extremely gifted, force-sensitive person. She had to hone her skills through the book, through the Journal of the Wills. And if you watch The Acolyte and you follow The Acolyte with watching The Last Jedi, it makes perfect sense. That's why Luke said the dogma of the Jedi have to end. So if you watch what the Jedi did in The Acolyte, you'll be like, yeah, this was wrong what they did. So the Royal Rumble is the same day as the Super Bowl? Or is it just the same month? The Chocolate Thunder on Star Wars Outlaws is... Well, I mean, the Assassin's Creed character, he can actually have romance, like I was saying the other day. So that's the same thing they did with Cassandra and Alexius. Is that his name? In Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun because I know I use Cassandra in Odyssey, or she would say Odyssey, and I threw a hump on the entire Greek world. I humped everything that game allowed me. I was just throwing a hump everywhere. So here, let's get this pulled back up. This is starting to wear me out doing this. I'm going to do this the day of the election, God willing. God willing, I'll be doing this the day of the election. But it better not be taking this long, because I'll get a sore butt. I'll be having a sore ass if if I did that. But yeah. So instead, I just like people the Japanese have an entire storyline of Star Wars called Star Wars Visions or something like that. So you mean to tell me that the Japanese have a better grip on writing stories for Star Wars than people in the United States? But the people in the United States don't want to try, because if they try and it's dog shit, they're going to have to deal with people saying this is dog shit. This is corny. Get it out of here. So me and two of my friends are writing our own Star Wars story that happens during the High Republic, having to do with hyperspace routes and how it's going to be like a school for pilots, like Top Gun in space. It's going to be a school that they're going to be choosing who to help map these routes with, and the top students will get to go and make a lot of money. Now, the students that fall out of it, the students that don't do as well, they are going to get upset, and they're going to be recruited by the syndicates to do the same thing. You know what? Why don't you smuggle this over to that world? Why don't you go ahead and take this over there? Hey, why don't you go ahead and bring this? Take this bounty hunter over there. There's a bounty on, and that's going to be its own story within the story. So, because like they said with the Force, for every one Force user that's good, there's a Force user that's bad, because the Force is balancing itself out. And everybody is a Force user. It's just that people did not read the books. That's the truth. When BGS says do the reading, I don't know why people don't want to read the books. They don't read the books. They don't read the magazines. They don't want to watch the interviews. Like I said before, Harrison Ford wanted Han Solo to die in 1979. That's before half the people that are criticizing Star Wars, they weren't even born yet. As my uncle would say, you all were still running down the side of your mama's legs when Harrison Ford went to, and there's an actual film shot that's on the cutting room floor somewhere that George Lucas shot Han Solo dying. But they filmed it and they showed it to the investors, and they said no, Han Solo's character, the action figure, aka the doll, the Han Solo doll, was the second most popular doll that they sell. They didn't want him to die. So they froze him, and they were even floating the story. I've told this story before. They even floated the story that Han Solo being frozen in carbonite was going to change his appearance, that he would still have the same memories, but his appearance would change. The person they were trying to bring in to play Han Solo, and you probably heard of him, is a man named Kurt Russell. But Kurt Russell had agreed to do Escape from New York. He had already agreed to do it, but he would get out of that contract if this is what Lucas wanted him to do. And then in the last hour, so to speak, they gave Harrison Ford, give me this amount of money and we'll just do it. I'll do it. And that's what he did. So when they brought him back, when Abrams brought him back, Harrison Ford leveraged that and said, I want another Indiana Jones movie. They signed off on it. And then he turned around and he said, I want my character Han Solo to die. That's it. That's what he wanted. So The Last Jedi was supposed to be about Leia training Rey and Kylo balancing themselves out, being a Force Dio. You know who else is a Force Dio? Luke and Leia. But because people don't do the reading, they don't know that. So they get online and they say stupid fucking shit. That's what's happened. Then I get on the panel and I go up in them. And I just give them the Vaseline. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. The thing is that if I'm on somebody else's podcast, I can't sit up there and cuss them out. Now, if they're on my podcast, you're getting cussed out because you don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you want to say, hey, I don't know this stuff, can you educate me a little bit? Can you point me on what books to read? I am happy to do that. But if you're going to sit up there and say stupid shit, I'm going up in your butthole, homie, because you got it already for me. That's the way this works over here. So I am alpha and omega over here. You get nothing. Well, you get a little bit. So, also I've got Hip Hop Gamer coming on in a couple of weeks. So I think it's either the 15th or the 22nd is when I got him on a Thursday night. He is busy. Now, if you don't know Hip Hop Gamer, you can look up on his channel. Follow him on Twitter. I think follow him on Twitch. Follow him on YouTube. He is actually working with Denzel Washington, and I'm going to ask him about this. I don't know if it's a school for coding or things like that, but I really want to talk to him about that. And of course, I'm asking him about the Pro and some more Sony's games coming out. You know, I'm going to ask him that, but I'm really interested in that school with Denzel Washington. So, and how that came about, how that got put together. But big shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. I love to see a brother doing it. And like I said before, he could have been sitting down on his couch wondering what would happen, or he could go ahead and put foot to ass, and he found out. He's a very successful brother. He had a marquee in Times Square. I'm going to say that again. The black man, Hip Hop Gamer, had his marquee in Times Square. That is success. You can make it in New York. You can make it here. You can make it everywhere. And that what Sinatra said? That's what Sinatra said. Lion King movie, prequel, December. Oh, okay. Didn't know they were doing a prequel. All righty. Mufasa. I wonder who's going to play him. I think, didn't James Earl Jones play him in the original? Can't remember. Chocolate Thunder on those who hate this. It's okay to hate on them. Just don't say stupid shit that can easily be researched and debunked. You know? So they never told you how Anakin Skywalker was created, like how that process worked. Then in Acolyte, you see the process working. All right, you see it working. You see what happened. They created a Force Dio with two girls. And the girl who was evil at first turned good. She went to go train with the Jedi. And the girl who was good turned bad and did the first Force choke in the universe. When she choked him out, that was it. So who else has learned that Force choke? Palpatine can do that Force choke, but Palpatine got the lightning. That's about and Vader can do the Force choke. That's what he's known for, that Force choke. So again, these people don't know what they're talking about. They just don't. Yeah, Royal Rumble. Is it the same day as the Super Bowl? Or is it, because why would it be the same day as the Super Bowl? Or is it after the Super Bowl? Is that what you're saying? Is it after the Super Bowl? So shout out to the Super Bowl. So eventually the NFL is going to be on. You all saw where Amazon outbid TNT for the NBA. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw that or not. So, but why the hate on Sweet Baby? That's why. I mean, literally a bunch of people created a they created I forgot what a consultation firm, and they're mad that because people consult them doesn't mean you're going to take their advice. So okay, what do we got here? All right, so Bush has come back in that county. We can see it right there. She's now leading by wow. I mean, you can see it right there. 671 votes. Wow. So that's a big leap. I may have to leave it there. But she's now ahead in that county. And it looks like Bell is still ahead in St. Louis County. Half of St. Louis City is in. I believe up here is the total vote of the entire thing. And she's at 18,000, but she made up huge, and then he's at 23, so he's still up by close to 55%. Where is my man at though? Where'd our guy go? Oh, he got 182. Look at that. Oh my. Is he at 282? Let me see here. Let's look. Yeah. All right. So I am reading that right. And you can see here the raw vote. So that means about 107? So was that 20,000 votes came in? So there you go. There you go. So again, I'm signing off here. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time, and a brother's tired, and I got to get up at 5:20. But we're looking at it, and you can clearly see. So Bush can't. I mean, hey, look, Bush came back in this county, 55% in, and she's winning. Granted, barely by 2.5%. So, and wow, she made a big push. Now remember, Bush is the one who's part of the squad, and Bell is the challenger with the APAC money. So definitely keep an eye on this one. I'm gonna go to bed and I'll wake up and I'll see who won. But all right then, guys, I will talk to you all later. I appreciate you being here. Shout out to you all. Thanks for the donations. Again, remember, I do appreciate the donations. You don't have to do it. Make sure you donate to your local politician. Yes, Metroid Prime. I'm excited for that. All right then, guys, I'm going to bounce like a check. You all have a good evening and be careful out there. Deuces.